we're back for another day of colour and build up of the hoppings. So I'll spin the camera around and show you the new site that we have. So we have a juvenile teacup ride. This isn't Alan's, this is a different one. Being pulled into place. And we now have air pretty much complete. William carries ghost train off to the side. That should hopefully start getting built up either Monday or Tuesday. And then we have over on this side the Skydance Starflyer being moved into position. It's a bit of a different position for a Starflyer. We don't normally have a Starflyer in that position. I'm still trying to track the owners of this particular Starflyer, so if anyone knows, please let us know. So here's a closer look at Abe Danter's air. All fully set up. And then we've got Freeman's Waltzer. No more movement on that at the moment. Here's a closer look at Skydance. Looks like they've only brought two parts over at the moment though, which is the main platform and the base tower. Then off to the side we have a new addition. Crash Test has arrived. So that does make it the 3 spinning coasters that it has been in previous years. And we've also got a Caterpillar coaster as well. William Carey Jr. will be bringing his Caterpillar coaster as well. Well, that's currently open at Catering Racecourse for the North Yorkshire Carnival. And another new addition we have is Vortex. It's quite a regular one, this one at the Hoppins. And behind that we've got the Magic Mouse. Getting built. Certainly a big change from yesterday. You can see the Caterpillar coaster being laid out, getting ready to be levelled up. We have the Crash Test pay box. I don't know if we've got the rest of the Crash Test coaster here at the moment. Maybe parked up. No more movement on Ice Jet at the moment. And then he's another look at Vortex. A better look at Magic Mouse by AB Danter Attractions. Looks like the track is about 80% complete. 80 to 90% complete, I would say. It's got the station in place as well now. Photo box as the pay box for a Caterpillar coaster. It's a bit unusual. So I can't see them putting 2 coasters that close together. Wonder if there's been a new purchase of a pay box for Crash Test. Have to keep an eye on that one. Weather's looking a bit more gloomy today. It's a bit more chilly. Hopefully it's not been too bad weather-wise for them. Off in the distance we can see the big wheel now has its carriages installed. We'll have a close look at that when we get down to there. And it looks like there's movement with the Jamaica Extreme XXL Miami. We've got some more catering units pulled in. And it looks like the moose bar is getting set up. of like a seating area for food and drink. So let's have a closer look at the Jamaica Extreme XXL Miami. It comes in on 2 loads. And I was correct, it is one of the largest traveller Miamis. Next up we have movement on Tagada. So we can see there starting to be unfolded and levelled up. Still no movement on the Miller's attractions, bungee trampolines. Whether they are actually going to get set up or not, I'm not too sure. And yeah, we've got more living quarters. Hold on. I can imagine from tomorrow evening, possibly a bit late, it's like Monday, I can imagine this place will be a hive of activity. There's a lot of showmen are still open at other fairs over this weekend. So yeah, I can imagine from Monday, possibly Sunday evening, there'll be a bit of a hive of activity. It looks like we've got Booster Max rejoining us this year. To somewhere in the vicinity of the Crow's Energy Storm Waltzer and Crow's Exciter. Still no change to the fenced off area. We have in the distance another caterpillar coaster. Which would mean that there will be at least 3 at this year's Hoppings. Yeah, we've got Booster Max. Both their loads. This booster comes in on 3 loads. One is the main platform, one's got the arms on, and one has the steps, etc. and pay box. Still no movement on Exciter's backflash. I can imagine that'll probably be one of the last things to go. And it looks like we've got Alan Crow's Dodgems being pulled into position by the looks of it. Next to Exciter. So I think we're going to have a bit of a 3-way Crow line up there. And we've got the big wheel, which I think is now pretty much complete. We've got the pay box in the middle with the canopy over. And all the carriages in place. I do apologise for the wind. And off to the side we have the Magic Circus Funhouse by Terence Reeves. And we have the final entrance portal being set up. So that's the 3 usual entrance portals set up, and then, like I say, the unofficial one at the bottom where we start our videos. food outlets. Let's go and have a look at this caterpillar coaster over here, which I believe is Stokes. This could have been what was on the load that we seen pull in yesterday, not too sure. More welfare units put in place. A lot more activity down here now as well. Still got wagons in place for the big wheel. I can imagine that'll probably get moved off once it's complete. And we have Littonhurst's Super Bob pulled in and in position. Yeah, we've got a caterpillar coaster. I believe this one is Stokes, I believe. Very similar to the one that we work with William Carey. So we've got the pay box for the Super Bob for Littlehurst, and that'll be the Super Bob there, packed up. I'm going to head on down to the Super Bowl, see if there's been any change to that. So we're at the Super Bowl now. No movement or change with that. And then we've got Ryan Crow's spinning coaster, which is pretty much complete now. We've got some of the first side stalls pulling in as well. And then we've come to the end part of the fair with the lighthouse slip. So we'll have a wander over to the Holden area, see if there's anything new over there, and then head on back down on the opposite side, as there's a few new additions as you can see on the screen. We have Seastorm pulled in. We've got another juvenile pulled on, and there's a few more attractions and rides pulled on further down. So this will be one of your entrance portals, like I say. Coming from that will be the Harris fencing with the usual Hoppins banners. They are also running a competition as well, for children to draw their favourite fun fair memory. So it could be a favourite ride, a favourite piece of food outlet, or a prize that they like, anything fun fair related. They can draw that and they can be entered into a competition, and the winners will have their drawing printed and put onto the banners. We've done a similar competition last year, and I believe the year before. It's a nice way to get the community involved. So as we walk down straight away, I can see there is some of the Starflyer still down here. Cycle is still down here as well. To be honest, I don't think there's much more down here at the moment. Still got the fencing, still got some welfare units to put in position. As for new additions, I don't think there's anything new down here at the moment. down here at the moment, so we'll head on back up to where Seastorm is. That's not in its final position yet, that needs to be pulled into position. So we're coming up to Seastorm, and I believe this is Robinson's Dodgems next to Seastorm. Yes it is, it's Robinson's Dodgems. So we've got 2 Dodgems so far. And we've got Seastorm by Harness. I've actually still yet to go on this ride. We may try and get on it this year. It looks like a fun little ride. So we've still got Alan Crow's Juveniles and Inflatables still parked up at the side. They've not been moved into position just yet. To be fair, a lot of Juveniles tend to get moved into position once all the bigger rides are in place and set up. Because a lot of the bigger rides need a lot more machinery. So I imagine Juveniles will probably be some of the last things to go into position. So we'll wander down past the empty trailers and have a look at some new additions down here. Looks like we have Robinson's Twister. Hopefully that's their new one, which will be the Sizzler. This view here, we're standing along the line of where the attractions would be. You can see roughly the layout now, how it's going to be. Not too sure that the Sizzler is in its final position. And returning this year we have Spooky Tower, Haunted House by Wheatley Shores. Not a bad little walk through this one. This one's a bit like a ghost train, but it's a haunted house walk through. It's not too bad, to be honest. We went through it last year. And it's quite a surprising little haunted house, to be honest. And this is Robinson's Sizzler. It does look like their new one. Yeah, I believe that is their new one. Judging by it's on track mats, I'm going to say that's probably in its final position. And then we've got a Helter Skelter pulling in, or pulled in. Now we've seen this Helter Skelter a few times before this one. It's quite a regular on the North East fairs. And we have some more catering units. Yeah, this Helter Skelter has been at quite a few North East fairs that we've visited. Interesting to see where that's positioned and set up. It's one of the more older, less traditional style Helter Skelter. And we've got the Magic Circus Funhouse by Terence Reeves. All its decorations starting to be put into place. So this is the third entrance portal been set up. Then we've got the big wheels crane parked up over the side there. The paybox we've seen pulling still parked up. We've got a catering unit set up here. Still no movement on the Winterway mine train. And also no movement, like I said, within this fenced off area. What is interesting with this fenced off area, I'm going to have a closer look, is the fact that this end is actually open. So for this end to be open, and you can see further down there's, I'll zoom in, you can see little coloured flags on the floor, which suggests to me that there's going to be an attraction in this space. I mean, there's an opening at that end, that side, sorry, and there's an opening at that side. Could we see possibly the return of a zipline, like in previous years? Or could this be for something else? Still no movement yet, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. Yeah, nothing much more has happened on this side. We've got the moose bar lit up. May or may not be open for the showmen. They do tend to open it on an evening for the showmen. A little bit of extra money for the owners, a little bit of refreshment and entertainment for the workers and showmen and showwomen. Yeah, this, like I say, it's been opened here. I mean, it does look like it can be closed over. So, unless they're going to be using it to store vehicles, possibly, not too sure. It does look like Booster Maxes came through here, which could be why the sides are open. We'll have to keep an eye open and keep checking on this one. What do you guys think in the comments? What do you think is going to be going there? Got some more juveniles being pulled into place. Next to the Mini Miami. Here we've got another catering unit, Tracy Silcock's Classic Cafe. We actually went to this one last year. It's not bad. Not badly priced, to be honest. For the quality of food that you get is amazing. All freshly cooked. Looks like we've got another something parked up over at the side, whether that's part of the moose bar, I'm not too sure. It could be the smaller, because S&D Leisure do have a smaller bar, so they may have brought that along. Looks like it's in the same styling as the moose bar. Got another catering unit. Where they have positioned that box from Crash Test right next to the entrance to the Caterpillar coaster, I don't know, I'm not convinced that Crash Test is going to happen. moment. It's a bit unusual to have two spinning coasters quite close to each other. We usually like to spread them out. We have a couple of juvenile games. Catering, and we have the night training, which I believe are both water-based games where you fire water at targets at the back. And you need to look at the front of the Magic Mouse. I really do like that artwork on that Magic Mouse. Very steampunk. A lot of showmen seem to be going down the steampunk style. We've seen it on Exciter, we've seen it on Crow's Spinning Coaster, Magic Mouse. It's quite a popular theme. And we can see there piece of track being put in place. Being lowered. And we have the JNR Stones one, which I lost yesterday. Parked up at the side. Still no movement on them balloons, open away balloons. Not much more work's being done on the Bavaria funhouse either. Some wagons parked up that are no longer required. See here the crane going in for its next load. It's really good to see showmen using their own equipment. So let's see if we can catch this piece of track being lifted into position. It takes a lot of work to put these roller coasters up. You've got to make sure they're all correctly positioned, all tightened, and they're not going to go anywhere. So we have the final piece of track for this lorry being lifted. The guide strap. I do believe that that's going to be lifted into this space here. See it coming down now. A lot of people don't think that they do, but showmen do take health and safety quite serious. As you can see, the two workers that are putting the track piece in place actually be the final track piece actually. And that's starting to drop into position. It's all securing up. See off in the distance there the caterpillar course that's being put in. Not too sure who owns that one. I'll have to look that one up. I do believe the one that we've seen at the top is Stokes. And we've got Vortex, which is a Roundup. There's usually two Roundups. Previous years we've seen Vortex, which is this one, and then we've seen Meteor, which is a Roundup by Stevie Boswell. Not too sure if Stevie Boswell is attending this year. And just a quick look at the Bavarian funhouse. Like I said, I don't think there's been much change to that one since yesterday. And like I said, off the side we've got William Carey Jr.'s Ghost Train. Which is going to be joined by his Caterpillar coaster, hopefully Monday or Tuesday. I'm actually over at Catering racecourse tomorrow, taking it down, and then I'll be back over, building it back up, and hopefully the Ghost Train as well, around about Monday or Tuesday. I'll try and get some footage of us doing that. But that is pretty much it. So that's pretty much it for this visit to the Town Moor for the build-up of the Hoppins 2025. For the build-up of the Hoppins 2025. So that's pretty much it for this visit to the Town Moor for the build-up and pull-on for today at the Town Moor for the Hoppins 2025. This will be our fourth visit. It's technically day 5 of the pull-on and build-up. But yeah, there's a lot of changes happening daily, and it's 8:51 at the moment, and they're still working away, putting these attractions up, ready for the public to enjoy on the 20th of June. So again, yes, if you are wanting a fair to come down to, from the 20th of June to the 29th of June, the Hoppins on the Town Moor will be open for your enjoyment. I'm not too sure about the opening times just yet, but going by previous years, it tends to be around about 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock that it opens, and usually shuts around about 9, 10 o'clock, maybe even later than that. I think I've seen it close at 11 o'clock before, at night. But like I say, I've not seen any confirmation of opening times, so that is just pure speculation at the moment. based on previous years. Opening times may differ day to day. Some days it might open earlier, some days it might open later, some days it might close earlier, some days it might close later. Not 100% sure, like I say. Once we do know the opening times, I will let you know. As always, it's free entry. There is no cost to enter this fair, so don't think, oh, it's going to be a hefty price tag on the entrance. It's not. It's completely free. You pay per ride. Yes, I will say rides, I can imagine, will be expensive, which for a fair of this size is to be expected. Most of the bigger rides, you'll be looking, I can imagine, probably from about £5 up over, if I'm honest. Juvenile rides, I can imagine, from about £3. But again, that's just pure speculation based on previous years. Obviously, as years go on, inflation goes up, prices go up, cost of things go up. So I can imagine ride prices will probably join that list and go up as well. But yeah, a lot of activity, lots going on. So I shall leave you with that for now, and we shall see you in the next video. As always, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, share with your friends and family, and share with any fun fair routes that you may know of. Thanks for watching. So we've got a couple of extra arrivals coming. A living trailer and a caravan. And we've got what looks like an extreme pulled in. So yeah, we have a little bit of a extra added part to the end there. We've had an extreme pull on, not too sure whose extreme it is at the moment, and also another showman pulled on with his living trailer, which is actually William Cowie, the person who we work for, helping to build up and operate some of their rides. So yeah, very interesting, bit of a late arrival.